Hello everyone and welcome. I am Chaos Hand and I am going to be cooking something new today. I figured if I have all these GoPros and things, I might as well use them for like something. Oh, there's a little smudge on there. Well, it's on the outside. It's fine. But today, we're making something my friend Lily told me about. Lily lives in Mexico and has access to a lot of things that I don't have access to here, but I happen to be right across the street from a Mexican market that has a lot of stuff that I've never tried before. One of them being this gelatin dessert, which is, you know, we have Jello here. The brand that I'm using is this brand called Digari, and it's pistachio flavored. And she says that this is absolutely amazing, and she's been eating it a lot lately. And since I happened to find it at the Mexican market, I'm going to make it today. It's very easy to make. Literally all I have to do is boil 4 cups of milk. Stir it, and then pour it into a mold. Let's grab some milk. Get the measuring cup. But yeah, I want to cook more stuff. Like, I mean, granted, this is very easy to make, but also it's nice to try out other things. Because, you know, I have Jello pudding. Well, it's not Jello. It's a Great Value brand, which is, you know, it gets the job done. But I want to see how this tastes compared to that. Because sometimes, you know, we tend to go for cheap above all things. And granted, cheap isn't always bad. There's plenty of things that are cheap that also taste good. But at the same time, there's other things that are cheap that definitely don't taste nearly as good as they could. And it's one of those things, it's kind of like the difference between buying like Maruchan packet ramen and then getting like the nice cup ramens. Because, you know, the cup ramens tend to have a bit more flavor. They tend to also have like vegetables, sometimes shrimp, and other things like in them. And then of course, like, you go to actual like restaurant for ramen and your experience is going to be much, much better there than other places. Granted, restaurant ramen is a lot more expensive than packet or cup ramen, but you're basically paying for the experience. And sometimes, you know, it's not always easy to spare like the extra money for something, but sometimes you deserve to treat yourself. And also, like, I think this was like just over $1. So it's about the same amount as like the other gelatins. It's different because this takes boiling milk. You boil it and then you mix this in, as opposed to other puddings mixes, which you just put it in cold milk and then you put it in the fridge for a while and then you're all good to go. So now we just have to wait for the water to boil, and I think what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to stop the video until right before the water starts boiling, and then I'll probably, because I need to make sure it boils slowly, because if it boils too fast, the milk will burn to the bottom of the pan, and that's gross, and we don't want that to be a part of our gelatin. So make sure when it comes, like with water, you can boil it as fast as you want, because while technically you can burn water, it's really hard to do so unless you just are not paying any attention to it at all. So don't burn milk, because it makes the consistency and the taste not so great. Yeah. Alright, and we're back. And the milk is currently boiling. It's a low boil, but it's more than hot enough for us to actually put the powder into. Also, I got a container. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of small containers that I could use to make like individual pudding cups. I saw some at Walmart the other day and I was like, maybe I should get those. I didn't, unfortunately. I kind of wish I had done that now, because it's really nice for like Jello or pudding or just other things that you want to make a specific like serving size, but you know, we do what we can. Okay, and then into the boiling milk we want to pour this powder, because it's just like, you know, Jello pudding, just in hot milk instead of cold milk. And then we want to stir it up nice and make sure it gets evenly distributed. You can already see it's turning into a nice green color, because anything that is pistachio flavored, and well, I mean, pistachios themselves are green, so any pistachio flavored thing is going to be equally green. I feel like the muffins that they make with them, they probably put a bit of food dye in them, because they're like ridiculously green, all things considered. But this stuff, probably more natural, maybe. Well, actually, let's see. Do they put food dye in here? Oh, no, yeah, they do have food dye. Yellow 5 and blue 1. Okay, well, I mean, you gotta have the greenness. Remember, if you want pistachio green, yellow 5 and blue 1. Don't know what that actually means, because I don't know if we can really get our hands on that kind of stuff, but, you know, it's fine. Let's leave this for just a second so I can throw away the package. But it's looking pretty good. Actually, wait. Before I throw it away, how long do I need to stir this for? Oh, well, it would help if I didn't cut off the one part that tells me exactly what it... Well, stir until it's dissolved. Okay, that's, well, pretty sure it's completely dissolved. So I'm going to turn off the heat, stir it a little bit more, make sure to get the edges. Everything seems like it's mostly off the whisk. But yeah, gelatin's pretty easy. I mean, like I said, this is a little bit different because this one you actually have to boil the milk before adding it in. But I don't know, maybe that'll give it a deeper flavor. I will say, there's a thing that I like to do with like Jell-O instant pudding. And what I like to do is I like to mix flavors together. Like if you mix chocolate and vanilla, it makes like a really, really nice creamy chocolate flavor. Even better if you use the French vanilla, so... That's a little trick from me to you. If you already knew that, cool. You're well on your way to being an accomplished chef like me. But yeah, let's go ahead and pour this into the mold. Well, I'd say mold. It's more like just a Tupperware. Let me grab myself my spatula. I'm going to take this. And this says, this is 4 cups of milk. This is supposed to be 1.4 liters. So I really hope it holds all of this. And I hope, well, it's supposed to be microwave safe. Okay, that might have made a mess. Okay, that made a little bit of a mess. Don't worry. It only was around the back side of the Tupperware. The rest of this, the little bit off the bottom, just kind of put it into there. So now this needs to cool off. Yeah, okay. Thought it would easily pour out of the pan, but unfortunately it only got a little bit on the backside. All right, put some water in there. Some paper towels here. Okay, back lid. Yeah, you just have to be careful when pouring hot liquids. I probably should have poured it over the sink, but I was like, hey, the container's right here, so it's fine. And honestly, it made way less of a mess than I thought it would. Okay, we have this in here now. We're going to go ahead and around the rim, around the sides, make sure the bottom is nice and dry. And we're going to slap the top on there. And time to put this in the fridge. It is a very nice green color. Gets to go on the top shelf. And yeah, now we get to wait, I think at least 2, maybe 3 hours. I think it said 2 hours on there. Yeah, and then we'll pull it out and we'll give it a taste and see how it is. In the fridge, it is a very nice green color. Gets to go on the top shelf. And yeah, now we get to wait, I think at least 2, maybe 3 hours. I think it said 2 hours on there. All right, and then we'll pull it out and we'll give it a taste and see how it is. In the fridge, it is a very nice green color. Mixed it up. Well, let's see how this tastes, because this is the big moment. That's where my knives are. We're not going to eat this with a knife. We're going to eat it with a spoon. Oh, it is like, it's like gelatin, because it's more like solid. Mmm. I couldn't really taste it at first, but it definitely tastes like pistachio. It's a lot. Actually, I kind of like the fact that it's, like you can see, it's actually like gelatin. Because if I have like pudding, for some reason, especially if I make it a big container like this, after a while it starts to kind of like sweat and it's gross. But this, like, you can see it actually has the spoon mark in there because it's more like jelly. Mmm. That's pretty good. Okay. Now I understand why my friend likes it so much. But yeah, if you guys are interested, I find it pretty good. I think it also had strawberry and other flavors. If you have a Mexican market or someplace near you that does foreign foods and you find something called degari, it's a gelatin dessert. You make it with milk and it's pretty good. I'll probably try the other flavors too. And also, I hope you guys liked this video. I'm going to try to do more short kind of cooking videos like this where I just make stuff and yeah. Because remember, anybody can cook. You just have to apply yourself. It's not really that, like, this was just boiling 4 cups of milk and mixing it in with the stuff and then refrigerating it, and you come out with this bad boy. Thank you for being here. Until next time. That's the wrong one.